Hey, what's up everyone? Button here. Just want to talk to you guys about my new favorite tank in the game. It's a tier 10 German medium tank. It's the E-50M. I've been having so much fun in this tank. So much fun. It's my first tank where I've done over 3,500 damage. I'd say the stats are pretty clean. I'm currently sitting number 1 on the NA server on 30 days, and then like top 20 on the all-time. I'm going to show you what I do in this tank. I'm going to show you my setup, and I'm going to show you not one, not three, not five, but seven replays I did in this tank. And they're all pretty good results, I have to say. And let's get right into it. This tank, I recommend running reactive and adrenaline. Take the single repair. You don't try to be very careful with your tracks though. If they track you, it's kind of game over. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Also, if you really feel like very nervous about your repairs, you can take the protective kit and drop the chocolate, but I didn't do that because I didn't really notice too many problems with my ammo or like my engine or like whatever. Ammo, yeah, they have 48 rounds. It's honestly like kind of enough. I think if you take something like this, you should be fine. I never really ran out of HE in my games. Like, you don't really splash people. But if you're playing this in comp, take a little more. But we don't have to worry about that too much. And finally, for my equipment, um, you fight a lot of heavies in the tank. I'd recommend taking calibrated shells. Take a lane drive, and take the refined gun. This thing has pretty bad gun handling, and I miss a lot of shots. Just letting you know. Defense system's really important. I take armor because it's an E-50M. I feel like you should. Toolbox is important, and yeah, take the delivery system. That's gonna be very, very, very important. First replay I want to show you. It's gonna be on New Bay. Very, very chill game we're gonna have. Basically, we're just gonna take the hills. On the north side, I think Rams is the better play. On the south side, you want to go into the park. I think that's like just generally how you want to approach this map. And it's gonna be very, very chill. We're just gonna see what's on the hill. We're gonna play the hill, and then we're just gonna push past when we can. And that's gonna be how we're gonna win this game. See that my heavies are splitting off into the field. So that's a bit annoying. But these two are making a pretty huge mistake. They're sitting out in the open. When I see this, I'm going to drop adrenaline almost immediately. Absolutely no hesitation. Your adrenaline comes up very quickly in this tank, especially if you're running the cooldown booster like me. So don't worry about it. Just keep on firing away. And that's the E-50M accuracy I'm talking about. I'm aiming for the middle of his like the weak spot, and it just goes right into his upper plate, so I can't pen that. So once I see that this Kron and this 1-2-1 isn't giving me shots anymore, we're gonna look for a different tank. This E-50M's pulling back. It's a little scary. He's got this E4 behind him, but luckily for me, this KPZ wants to trade, and he's gonna really start messing up with his positioning. One thing with an E-50M on this map, like with the ramps, you never want to show weakness. Always maintain the high ground, because once that tank is hull down on you, it's going to be a huge problem. And I'm not too worried about this 1-2-1 that just crossed. I don't think he's going to be looking for shots into me. If he is, I'll change my angle. But once I know that the 1-2-1 isn't really looking, I'm just going to push up, and I'm going to start farming this KPZ out. He's got no chance. The problem is that he's gonna have to bleed so much. I have shots in his turret. He's got shots in my lower plate, but I still keep on shooting him. Be really careful about repairing the tracks. Sometimes you definitely don't need to do it. And we're just gonna quickly look to farming him out. That last shot should have been heat, but you know, it is what it is. And we're gonna look to kill the E-50M. So I'm talking about with this tank's gun handling though. Definitely not that good. And my 9 is gonna come in. I don't know if he's gonna get the kill. He does, and he rams into the E4. Definitely not the play. He ate the shot. That would have been so much better. But now I gotta take this 1v1 with the E4. He's got absolutely no chance. He shoots gold. He still bounces. And that's what I mean. This thing is just so dominant. You just do so much. You're already at 4,000 damage. And I'm just gonna shoot the top of his roof. He's dead. We're gonna quickly come in from behind, farm these tanks out, and this game is basically over before it even started. Well, just an absolutely fantastic tank. Um, the HE on this thing isn't so good, but here's like two examples where you can really utilize the HE. Back of a Kron, back of a Minotaur. These European tanks don't have the best of rear armor. So we're just gonna quickly destroy them. This thing's got good HE alpha, or that I've been high rolling. Honestly, I have no idea what the HE alpha is, so you know, whatever it is just whatever it is. We're getting 5.9k on the board. I'm surprised I wasn't able to ram the Kron. The Kron isn't really that heavy, so the fact that I did absolutely nothing to him is really shocking. But anyways, that's 5,900 on the board. Also a mastery. Just an absolutely very chill, very, very fantastic game we're having in this tank. Now on to the next replay I want to show you. This one's going to be on Halas. Um, this is a pretty interesting one. I'm not too much of a fan of going the med side on Halas, I have to say. I was like, they have a Murat, and I can easily take the 1v1 in the field. I guess it's a 2v1, but my team's going town, so I don't really want to like play too much. I'm going to use this middle bush. It's pretty safe, and I wasn't really thinking about trying to be creative. Like, all my damage usually is going to come in from like the late or the mid game. I'm not too focused on getting these early shots in on head loss. I see this S-Conk across the map, and really, I'm just gonna be thinking about how I can shoot him. He looks very AFK, like he's not moving. My team's farming him out. I wanted a piece of it. But I'm also worried about these three tank destroyers that they have. They have a 4005, a Yag, and a 183. That's gonna be pretty scary. This 183 is looking away. At least I thought he was. And I'll just put a quick shell in. He can't really react that fast. I'm gonna quickly peek. But before I'm peeking, I'm using my cursor to see where his gun is looking. I'll show you the tech right here. Like, you're gonna see me do that very, very soon. I guess I wasn't doing it there, which is a mistake. I should always be looking. Yeah, so you see, I'm looking with my cursor. If when he's looking away, I just peek him. I'm gonna drive forward and I'm gonna close the gun line. And that's because when I get under this little ridge here, these tank destroyers, they really can't shoot me. So I'm gonna be looking in for cupola shots, like these hat shots into a yak. I could just simply take my time. I know I need to be a little perfect with these because we are in a bit of a time crunch here, but I'm just gonna be putting it to pot shots. And this Yag misses. Just gonna push up, quickly put in a nice little heat round, and I'm just gonna use this angle. It's very chill. When it looks pretty bad, I'm just gonna load gold, and then this 183 is here. Like, I don't even know why he did this peak. Like, he literally just died for this. But I mean, I kind of saw this coming. I mean, this is kind of the thing that happens when like you're in Origin. You just get like randos that just come up and just like basically throw their tank away. It's like he just made a really dumb play, and now I have to go bait out the Yag. And I just hear him shoot, so I'm just gonna quickly pull up and quick little heat round in. He's a 2-shot anyways, so I'm just not gonna mess with it. 45 is looking to shoot me, at least I think. I see those two shells come in. That was pretty sad. Then my loader's dead, but luckily I get it back in 30 seconds. So I'm just gonna do a quick little rotation into the underpass. One weakness about this thing that it is pretty tall, so you definitely feel the effects of it. Like, it does get shot easily by a lot of tanks that wouldn't get shot. Like, I would promise you, like, a 907 wouldn't get shot there. But I don't really have many complaints. Only problem is I'm taking a fight on this Murat with an 11-second reload. And it is a bit rough, but luckily I'm hitting the Q key. I want my my loader to come back. Quickly put it in heat shell through his gun mantlet. Really, like, I'm not trying to peek here. I have so many tries. I have every 5.7 seconds. I get a new shell in, so I just view it. If I bounce a shot, I can always just try again. I don't really want to peek this IS-7 because I don't really know where the 4005 is anymore. That's a pretty fast tank, so it could kind of be anywhere. I thought I was gonna do my WZ a solid here. I'm gonna go change my angle, change my play. And I'm just going to go around and see what I can do. Really, by opening up these angles for me and my team, I feel like I'm able to get good info in. I asked my WZ if he can get the kill, build good communication there. He gets it. I'm very happy with that. If he didn't get the kill, I would have come back in some way, or I would have just created crossfire. I'm not really too sure what I would have done, but yeah. Now I'm in this difficult 1v1 situation. One thing about 1v1s is you want to be very aggressive, very passive. Really, I just wanted to feel him out, see what he was going to do, and just relax. Really, in these 1v1s, like, I know he's on 5 kills, so I'm guessing he's a good player. So, I'm just gonna chill, relax, just wait for a Q. And there's my Q. He's in the cap, so I just went. And then he gets off the cap. I was pretty spooked by this, so I'm gonna use the S-Conk as cover. He's using speed boost. He's coming in really fast. And I go for a tracking shot here, instantly dump the adrenaline. I'm just going to put on reactive. I mean, I don't see why I couldn't. I don't think it'll do him anything, but why not? He's going to close the distance. He misses, I miss. And really, I'm just trying to make sure that he doesn't have, like, a very clear shot into me. He panics that shot. Like, it looks like he's just trying to snap these in. I know he has 2 left. I'm going to shoot 1 over. And I was pretty nervous when I was going through this. I was trying to do the same shot again. That one misses. E-50M moment, I have to say. And really, I'm not trying to give him an easy shot. One into his little S-Conk, little between the S-Conk here. I'm going to try to avoid him while I'm still reloading. Quickly drive forward, and he's dead. A little nice clean 1v1 there. 5,400 on the board. An absolutely great result, you know. And I have to say GG to the 4005. Like, he really tried. It was a difficult situation to be in. I think he should just relax and just push over and just try to shoot HE or something. Like, he really just needed to do something that wasn't that. But, you know, it is what it is. Gonna show you this next game on Mines. This is another very chill game, I want to say. Basically, we're just gonna make sure that whatever, like the Sheridan and the Leo, they don't cross the hill. Well, if they do, I was gonna go in for a little quick tracking shot in. I want to play this angle. Leo's on the right, and this E-50M is on the left. E-50M gets me a side turret shot, and we're just gonna basically play like hold down here. I'm just gonna relax. And it looks like the Sheridan's making a misplay. Our bad chat's bled so much crossing the hill. And we're just gonna play here, just generally just shoot what we can see. This is really just a test of your mechanics, to be honest. Not really like any like positional senses involved. But it's a good feel for you to see how the E-50M does hold down. Because the turret is the weak spot on the sink and not the upper plate. So you just need to be careful. This Yo is like pushing all the way up. I was a little nervous, but you know, he's bleeding. Now he's panicking. And I peek out with reactive there. That's a good use of it. And I'm just going to peek out again. I want this kill. So I'm going to get it. So already off to a good start here. You know, 1,500 damage. You know, first life in. But I have to be careful because all my consumables are down. And in E-50M, you generally want to make sure that you're playing off of your consumables. Sheridan's in the river. So, you know, just an overall, just a chill game. Just gonna go for a little blind shot there. You know, I remember like there was a tank destroyer there. I just wanted to feel it out. I don't really have much to do right now. But now that I know that like I'm unspotted, I am just gonna try and just make a play for the hill. Now that's first 45 spotted. I was hoping that this type wouldn't block me, but quickly climb up the hill, get the cross in. Leo shoots. I have an easy shot. So quickly pull one into him. And just like, yeah. I just like treat these games as a sequence where like I clear out like a tank, now I can push up. I unfortunately bounced the shot on the Leo there. I was a little panicking, to be honest. Like, I was definitely shook because I didn't really know how I wanted to peek this, but I eventually do. Like, I'm going for this quick peeks when I'm like unspotted. This Leo's starting to panic. Quickly put in a shell into him. Someone else helps with that. I think it was the Sheridan who helped. Now it's 2,800. I want to reset my camo because these CDs can be a little scary. I'm going to quickly use this bush to spot. 45's in the open. And this grill potentially has an angle on me, but I didn't really want to find out. Another shell into this 4005 here. It's 3-2. This E-50M is also low in the back. And really, I'm just waiting for a mistake. Quickly looking to shoot the grill. This grill is dead from the 183 shot potentially. And now I'm just going to drop in and just clean this game up. A little mechy shot into his engine deck, or potentially rear of the turret. I honestly didn't really see where that shot went, but another one there. With the E-50M, you have to be kind of careful. You really need to like aim in these shots. And Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens when you don't aim them in. You miss. Like this tank has some pretty chill gun handling. And now I just need to go in and just get my final shots off. This tortoise has got scary DPM, so I need to be careful. Just gonna shoot heat. And I'm gonna show you guys a little technology to getting your high damage ults. To block your teammates, and so you pick up the kill. I'm definitely a little guilty for that one, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. That's gonna be for 5,500 on the board. Another mastery, 2k assistance. I don't really like having assistance damage on a tank like this, but overall, this is a chill game. And it's gonna show you guys the next game. This next game is also gonna be on Halas. Just an absolutely chill game we're gonna have. This is gonna take like a very similar position. I decided to not play middle, just purely because I felt like I could make a play on these heavy tanks. My belief is that in pubs, like I kind of want to go to like where the hit points are likely going to be, so that way I can like just shoot the tanks. Like if I could shoot between an E100 or like a bat chat, I'm definitely taking the E100 every single time just because of the hit points. I get to this spot really early. They don't really have anything that can push me, and if they do, I just back up and I just use reactive to cover. This E100 looks like he's pretty scary, but I'm just going to take this fight. I have like every confidence in the world that I'm going to win it. So I just wanted to relax. Quickly putting a heat shell into his turret. That's roughly why I'm running calibrated shells. It's just really good. Like you definitely feel like you're able to fight so much more. It's just like with Rammer with APCR, like I feel like that's a very risky combo. I can't really recommend that to anyone. Just gonna put into a little heat shell. Really, I'm just waiting for these two to make mistakes. Because the more mistakes they make, the more chances I have to do damage into him. I'm just really just taking my time, see what I can do here. Yeah, the goal is to find these cool little shots in without taking any damage. So every single time that they're hesitating, they make a little weird play. I'm just gonna punish it. Now I see that this Foch here heat into his upper plate. When I'm looking down on like this, it's still angled really well. Like even heat's not a consistent pen. They really buff that thing a lot. So you just need to be careful. Just be patient. He shoots. And now that this E100 is dead, and it looks like Field's like doing pretty okay, I'm gonna start being a little more aggressive. And now that I know that this Foch has shot me, I'm definitely gonna punish him. And it's just such a hard pen. Like I know I'm using APCR for these shells, but it is very difficult. I can go hold down over this rock. I'm still being very, very, very careful. Like this game is definitely not over. I see that these 3 kills are coming in, and I know I'm taking a lot of time with the Foch here, a lot of missed shells, but it is what it is. Like that's the main problem with the E-50M is its gun handling, and you just have to be very, very perfect with this tank. But now I see that this Foch is turning away. Now I could come in. This Yag isn't even looking at me. So time to take advantage of the situation. I'm just going to come in, pick up the kill, and I'm just going to get behind the Yag. Gonna farm him out as well. Like, I just love this tank. I really don't think the girl should have pushed in like that. That was just a huge misplay on his end as well. Like, I don't know what he's doing. He even misses the shell here. But luckily for me, I still have a lot of my hit points. I have reactive armor. I need to be careful though with this 3v3 situation. Yeah, another Michelle there. Like this thing is very frustrating in that aspect because you just can't rely on the gun handling. Like that is definitely the main problem with this tank. It's like the aim time's really long and the dispersion's not the best, even with refined gun. You just need to be very careful. I'm worried about this grill, so I pick up this T100 LT kill. And now, like, the game's looking a lot better. I have cross shots on this 57 heavy, so I'm just going to take my time and just start shooting him. Once these shells are aimed in, like, the gun handling's pretty good, so I'm definitely just, like, looking out for that. Now he's bled. I'm just going to simply cross over the top, and I'm just going to come in, see what I can find, and just get the kills. That's definitely what is the best. And personally for me, like, I'm definitely wanting to come to these kills so fast. And I have to say, me missing the side of that 57 heavy was kind of crazy. and I was trying to get into like a little cover there. It looks like both the 60 TP and the grill just completely nuke him. So I'm just gonna pick up the rest. I don't know why he's running away so much, but he's just dead. I didn't even tell him why in chat. Like if I was him, I would have just taken the fight against me or whatever and just farm more damage. But that's the way it is. 5.1k. Yeah, another mastery in. Just an absolutely chill game. Now, time to go on to this Yukon game. I have to say, this is sometimes you get games like this, and normally I tell you guys like just watch out for like let me rephrase this. Sometimes you just need to understand that you are a constant and you're gonna have bad teammates around you. Like they're gonna be 40 percenters and they're just gonna be really dumb and stupid and they're just gonna play bad. One thing I wasn't expecting though is to get two boat players in my game, and one's in the T30, the other one's in this E4, and they're gonna do what boat players tend to do, and just be very annoying. I go to this mid spot here, and this T30 here is being a nuisance. Got a shot into this cross, and I just want to play this bush because this is actually one of the best bushes in the game for doing late map rotations. I wanted to peek this E4. I was a little scared to do it because, you know, I have these two next to me. I mean, I'm pretty unlucky because, I mean, I don't know how to say it. I mean, these two are from the same clan and like they have a hive mind mentality and it's just like actually impressive. I will say this though, is that this is the clan on the NA server that is most famous for cheating and rigging the clan event for the second one. That was the one where you can get like a clan avatar. This clan was rigging so much that Tolian did decide, at least for the NA server, that like they would be getting avatars instead. I mean, I think that was a good decision to be honest, because I mean, I genuinely don't like these people. Like they're just bad players and they're a nuisance. Like I mean, I think it's okay to be bad at this game, but if you're just bad and annoying, then like I don't want to associate with you. But in any case, we're just gonna chill here. Really, I'm just waiting for things to happen. Like, I have no help, and I didn't really want to take a cron fight on like a bad timing. I only know so much where their team is. Well, once I feel like this cron is farming my team out, that means he's not fully reloaded. And when he's not fully reloaded, the cron's very, very easy to kill. So I'm gonna push up and just going to kill him. And if he starts shooting me, I'm just gonna use reactive. And he still misses the shot anyways. I'm so happy with that. I know that he is basically out of reload, and I can just do whatever I want with him. I'm gonna quickly angle like this in a little side to side action. Really, I don't think it's gonna be doing too much. But hey, whatever I can get is whatever I can get. I max roll in. He's coming in. I'm gonna ram him. And it's 3v4. Unfortunately, all I have left are these two players from boat. These two um useless people like I'm trying to be nice, like it is my YouTube channel. I don't really want to swear on it. But anyways, I need to farm this XM out before it's too late. One easy way to farm out an XM is by using a cheek. Get a little quick fire in. That was definitely lucky. It definitely helped. And he misses his shot. XM doesn't have the best gun handling. E-50M doesn't have the best gun handling either. I'm just gonna quickly peek over, shooting the rear of his tank. That's definitely my favorite spot. They have like no chance against those. Now I have a 2v1 situation. I was expecting the 1-2-1B to be on my left. And I'm gonna come back, just gonna start looking for him. He's up behind me. It's definitely a bad timing. I'm gonna put a quick shell in, it misses into his side. And I forgot that I couldn't side hug a 1-2-1B. So I'm just gonna quickly get off the side hug. He's gonna put another shell into me. And really, my goal is to just bleed him. He's gonna bounce a shot. Thankfully, the E-50M's armor is gonna come in, and Another shell in. This thing has got great DPM. And I'm just going to go in for a quick little face hug here, but I'm going to pull out of it just to put in a shell in. And I'm just going to hope that my T-30 gets the kill. You know, he's got every advantage in the world, and he's going to do that. So 5,600 on the board. My advice for you this game is definitely watch out for boat. They're pretty bad, so yeah. I mean, there you go. That was like probably like a second class. And for my next game, I want to show you this game I had on Yamato Harbor. This game was definitely exciting, one of my fun games. And yeah, really, I'm not a fan of playing Steve. Like one thing you'll notice with me is that I don't really like playing the med side in a lot of maps. I actually enjoy just playing against heavy. So I'm gonna go to the spot in middle, like you see here. This is a good initial spot. I get spotted here, but I also can shoot these AMXs as they're coming in. That's a cool thing about playing like a spot like this. I noticed that the M4 is looking for me, so I'm not gonna peek into him. I don't think it's worth it. That thing's got a big gun, so I'm just going to stay here, wait till I'm unspotted, and I'm going to see what I can do. Now, at the time I was thinking, I can't really push the heavy side. I don't really want to fight the 100 at middle. So, I wanted to try to help out our AMX that was in the field. Like, I felt like we had numbers there, even though, yeah, I'm not really going to trust a Skoda that's camping and a WT to really do anything for me. One shot until this Lewis here. And when I see the Leo and the Lewis kind of watching the middle, that means that they're not watching the left side. And when they're not watching the left side, there are a few plays I can make, a few strategies I can do to really open this game up. That's gonna be the AMX M4 shooting into me. I have to say, good on him for shooting me there. Not many people recognize that that's an angle, but I'm guessing because he's just looking for the AMX, he just knows that I'm here. I'm gonna quickly kill the E100. That's gonna be very helpful, very huge. And I kind of treat this like I'm just alone in town. You know, I'm by myself. I'm not really relying on my team to come help me, but I do have the advantage in positioning. Um, we're just gonna quickly farm out this AMX though. Once this AMX has stopped giving me shots, like he's pulling back now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push up, and I'm going to try and look for an angle on these tanks. And the angle that I want to look for is right here. This gets me shots across the ship, and I'm creating crossfire with this VK-72. That's going to really help my team out. I think he needs the help. And just going to be quickly putting in these cross shots from across the map. Just going to quickly farm him out. And really, I'm just still looking for these shots. What an absolutely good shot into him as well. So yeah, we're just going to be putting in these great little cross shots. And now we're back into a tie game, you know, bringing it back 3v3. But I'm definitely worried about all my tanks on the town side. I know they're definitely getting farmed. Gonna wait for the Leo to cross, potentially. Lewis has crossed over, so I understand that it's go time right now. I have this E4 I need to shoot at. He's giving me rears. 480 into him. That's definitely something I like about the E-50M. It's a good HE alpha. And I was going to come in, see what I can farm. Worried about the Leo still being there, so they just blind fire the ship. The reload's so fast that it just doesn't really matter. And I'm just so... I just need to know. Like, I'm just knowing that I need to farm out this E4 right now. So I'm just going to work on that. Quickly putting in these HE shells in. I was hoping for a fire to come up. It doesn't really happen. But as he's backing up, I'm going to back up too. So that the rest of these tanks don't have shots. Now I'm in this 1v2 with the Foch and the E50. I'm sorry, with the Leo. And I killed the Foch with heat into his upper plate. Now I'm just going to come in and just finish him off. It's a very simple game. Quickly putting in a tracking shot behind him, and I just know this game's over. I'm going to ram him a little bit, give him a little something, and that's going to be nearly 6k, but unfortunately, not quite there, not quite there. But what an absolutely fantastic game. That was a first class with the Kolobanov. Very nice, very chill. And finally, the last game I'm going to show you is on Castilla. This game is definitely my save the best for last. This game here on Castilla, I have like a few tricks on my sleeve, but I'm just gonna go on to start a camp. I want to do this as a little joke. Really, I think in Blitz it's all about having fun. Oh, I see that the Yo is shooting from spawn there. That's obviously great potential. And luckily for me, my team is actually spotting, so I have great cross shots at the start. You know, we're coming in hot with these shots. Already 600 damage on the board. And gonna go for a little blind shot there with Heat. I didn't really expect to pen it, but once I see that these meds are, well, they're kind of just they're kind of destroying one of my tanks. Getting the trade though is pretty crazy in my opinion. I'm gonna see what I can do on the hillside and just try to make things like work. I don't really know what I'm expecting to have shots on. Maybe the sea tanks or maybe the tanks on the hill, but really I'm just here to try and like create something, make sure something happens. We are looking to experiment. And one thing I see is that this VK72, he's out in the open. VK72 doesn't have the best of side armor. Quickly put in another shell into him. See this E100 also crowding as the VK gets unspotted, shooting him. I'm actually kind of surprised that hit his ammo rack. It's still damaged, so I'm just going to try to put in another one into the same spot. But it's hard to do that. It costs like 300 meters. And I was a little worried here because, well, this this hill fight is a little dangerous for me, but I did want to try and put pressure on their E-50M. I worried about their 263 though. Like he could easily turn to look at me, and I'm also worried about the heavy fight behind me. Like that's definitely not going well. I wanted to trust in my team that they could hold off the 263. I was like venturing forward. I was like thinking about it, but really the better play is to rotate back and to try and help out the heavy situation. I know that the XM and the KPZ are probably going to die. I mean, this E100's got so much hit points, so that's definitely hard. And the VK's coming in. So I'm going to do what I am going to do best, and I'm going to try and play this hill again and see if I can get shots. I'm like thinking about it though, but really, I want to play to this spot here and just farm them as they're coming into town. I have 3,500 DPM, so I am so confident that I'm going to punish this. One shot into this E100 here. Every shot needs to be perfect. I load gold because, I really need these shots to pen. The TL7, he actually pens that. I was very surprised. But really my priority is with this E100. He's definitely pushing up and he's definitely the threat. I see that this VK72 on my mini map, he's definitely coming in from the right. And I'm just going to quickly put in a heat shell into the top of his tank. E-50M's also coming in, so I'm definitely nervous of that too. Really, at this point, I just need to be doing what I can to do damage. This VK shot, I was actually really impressed he hit it, but I'm going to pick him up. And I see that there's a 2v2 here with the Foch. I'm just going to quickly cross over, try to help. I'm really worried about where the TL and the T95 is, but now it's not really the time. When I come in, I'm going to put pressure on the E-50M first. The E-50M has more mobility, so I want to kill him. And I'm so happy I got the tracking shot in, put in a heat shell into his lower plate. Now I'm going to get to this 263 side. I thought I could HE that. Turns out that I couldn't. And this 263 is definitely panicking. Quickly put in an AP shell in. And as soon as adrenaline comes up, I'm going to quickly use that. I want to make sure I got the kill. And it's a little awkward here. It's a 2v2. I'm just really thinking out what I want to do here. But a little heat shell into this T95. I'm very nervous about him, to be honest, because one wrong move and I'm basically dead. So I need to play this super carefully. I have 2 minutes on the clock. So I'm just going to take my time and just chill. I was thinking about what angle I can use. I could play out of the bush to my right, potentially, but I was worried about getting spotted on the cross. So I decided it's best that I let the Foch flank around and I just feel it out. Like, I don't have to win this fight in like a minute, so anything I can do here, like I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. I just wanted to play for time and just relax. I go for a little peek earlier for a little spot, and I was spotted, which is a little scary. I know the T95 now is definitely in front of me, so I am a little spooked, but I still know where he is, which is definitely a good thing. This Bosch is definitely pinging me where he's gonna come from. I'm okay with it. And I was trying to get the spot here, and he's still looking at me, which is definitely a little scary. And then the moment he turns away, one shell in, and I'm gonna use adrenaline to try to get another one in, but I don't. And I'm just gonna come in, one more. He's looking for me. I'm gonna quickly load in a gold shell into his cupola just to make sure it pens. And I'm waiting for him to come. I'm looking for a cupola shot. I have lower plate, and unfortunately the Foch gets it. So yeah, nice little farm game there. Nice little farm game. Hopefully you're able to learn something from that. Nice little 6,800 damage on the board. Absolutely fantastic result. Super happy to play this thing. One of my absolute favorite tanks to play. 1,700 XP. The bar isn't too high on the E-50M anymore. So go ahead. Try to get your mastery in it. Have a lot of fun. This thing's definitely worth it. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's a bit longer than I expected, but thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day and have a good night. See ya.